Controls unresponsive. Tower, do you read? Shit. Comms are down.
Человек живет не в стране, он живет внутри языка. Не делайте ошибок. Родина — это язык и ничего больше. Кто вдруг не понял, это Metal Gear 5 The Phantom Pain, фантомная боль. Так сказать, точка в серии игр Metal Gear. Еще один день бесконечной войны, внешний рай. Собственно, внешний рай — это база под таким названием. Кассета с названием «Человек, который продал мир». Вкратце, что такое Metal Gear? Это, по крайней мере, пятая часть, не знаю, военный экшен, тактический военный экшен. Огромная песочница, в которой масса возможных тактических маневров. И крутой кинематографичный, так сказать, поставленный сюжет. Это мы сейчас очнулись якобы после бомбежки нашей предыдущей базы, так сказать, выжили. Будем играть за Солида Снейка, Биг Босса. В принципе, для непосвященных это очень тяжело вникать в эту всю серию. Поэтому для большинства просто наблюдать за происходящим здесь и переосмысливать это все. Это непосильная задача будет.
Tak chcemy.
Слушай, что не поставил-то? Русские субтитры, походу.
V has come to.
Зашел в сознание.
V has come to.
3 дня после прохождения.
Кодзимы. Can you hear me?
Hear me, да.
Are you having difficulty speaking?
Да.
Can you move your head?
Да.
Just nod if you can hear me. Look up, please. Very good. How do you feel now? Can you speak?
Охерительно.
What is your name? When were you born? Can you recall?
Кстати, дата рождения здесь играет роль определенного события. То есть, грубо говоря, вас тут с днем рождения поздравят. Так, сегодня какое число у нас? 27-е, суббота. Пусть будет 28-е. 28-е. Июля. Там прикол, если зайти в день рождения свой, вас будут товарищи поздравлять.
Please try to relax. There is plenty of time. I need to tell you something. Please listen and try not to panic. You've been in a coma for quite some time. Yes, yes, I know. You would like to know how long. I'm afraid it's been...
Боюсь, прошло 9 лет.
Damn it! Nosocoma! 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 Nurse! Calm down. Calm down. Try not to panic.
Постарайтесь не паниковать.
Breathe, Semi. Try not to panic.
9 лет в коме,
You'll be
охренеть.
all right. Just rest.
Еще неделю после пробуждения. Охерительно себя чувствую. Это только первая часть сюрприза, так сказать.
It's been 1 week since you came to. Now, let's try getting you out of that bed. Nurse. Don't worry. You've lost some strength, but we've been maintaining your muscle mass through massages, CPM therapy, and EMS. Now, I need to explain something to you, but you mustn't be alarmed. 9 years ago, you were injured in an explosion. Upon examination, we discovered 108 foreign bodies embedded within you.
Осколки при
In
взрыве
addition to
разлетелись.
shrapnel, we also found fragments of human bone and human teeth. Most of it was removed, but some of the fragments still remain. They are located near your heart and in your skull.
В сердце и черепе осколки еще.
Look at this. The fragments are lodged deep within your cerebral cortex. We couldn't give you an MRI, the metal, you see. But even if we were to extract it, you would most likely suffer a brain hemorrhage. Mental and physical impairment are unavoidable. However, your current status is not life-threatening.
Короче, со временем он поедет кукушкой.
This X-ray
Лет так через несколько.
upper body. You better look now.
Что придет нас к событиям самой первой части, если не ошибаюсь.
Sooner than later. I know it's difficult, but please look down.
Та, которая еще
It's best to
8-битная.
see with your own eyes. Be brave. Nosakoma, Grigor, try to calm down. Calm down. Please, calm down. It's gonna be okay. Yes, yes. Calm down. Yes. Yes. Κάποιος ήδη γνωρίζει ότι έχεις κινήσει.
2 недели.
Είναι μεγάλο θέμα. Πρέπει να ενεργήσουμε άμεσα. Προετοιμάστε τον για εγχείρηση. Πιστεύω. It's true. There are those who wish you would never woken up. You should be dead, but you're not. The wheels are in motion. Your enemies are everywhere. We must alter your appearance immediately. Otherwise, I fear you won't leave this place alive. It's a wide open world out there, so there's something we need to take care of first. I'm going to change your appearance. We have no other choice. What you look like, however,
Аватара создаем. Цвет глаз. Ладно. Вообще, по сути, этот аватар будет у нас в онлайн режиме, поэтому как бы особо заморачиваться похер на это, заморочки.
very good. Now let's remove these bandages. Your face has healed nicely. To tell you the truth, these bandages were more for your protection. To hide you from those who want you dead. As of today, your name is Ahab.
Ahab.
Forget everything. Your name, your past. This is you as you've lived until this day. Tomorrow, it becomes a phantom.
Patient in the next bed saw my face. Of course, consider it done.
Okay, have time to go.
What happened to the woman?
The woman? We gave her a light. She took the short way down.
Who are you?
Who am I? You're talking to yourself. Been watching over you for 9 years. You can call me Ismail.
What the hell is going on?
Well, the good news is, you're in the land of the living. Bad news? The world wants you dead. On your feet, soldier. The whole place is coming down. Need a little pick-me-up? Okay. Here. Nothing like a little digoxin to get you back in the game. Come on!
Запомнил, что название Phantom Pain здесь многоуровневое. Все здесь будут сталкиваться с ней в разных смыслах. Даже игрок после прохождения игры. Такое опустошение ожидает каждого, кто пройдет игру. Но тем не менее игра все равно крутая. Короче, нас тут будут пытаться убить на протяжении игры. А мы будем пытаться вернуть все то, что утратили. Так сказать, заглушить свою фантомную боль. На лифте, конечно. Психомансер, или как его там зовут, уже забыл.
What the hell is that? Something's coming.
Сказал что-то. Впрочем, это по Кодзимы Production. Metal Gear Zero, или как это называлось, его предыстория этой части.
Hold up, let's fix this. Next time, do it yourself. It's always good to try and mend your injuries while hiding from the enemy. Over there. Let's go. This way, hurry.
Get down.
Заодно получают нас.
Help me, please.
Короче, они нас ищут. Ну как нас? Неважно особо. Считаем, что нас.
Let's move.
Help me. I don't want to die.
Явно группозически кого вы можете.
Time to walk. Press the stance button to stand up. Don't get caught in those searchlights. Don't you die on me. Ahab.
Чтобы успешно выполнить задание, связанное с проникновением, делайте все возможное, чтобы не допустить своего обнаружения.
Time to walk. Press the stance button to stand up.
Реально госпиталь, база.
Don't get caught in those searchlights. Now!
За нами уже идут.
It's ugly down there. Turn back. This way.
Πάμε γρήγορα. Come on.
Σας παρακαλώ, τι συμβαίνει? Δεν βλέπω τίποτα.
Δεν μιλάει κανένας, θα μας σκοτώσουνε.
Ναι, τον είδα πριν λίγο.
What's happening out there?
It's all right. We'll be okay.
I can't see what's happening. Do you hear that? What's going on out there?
Hey! Oh, close again.
Okay. Hey! Hey! Hey!
I can't see what's happening.
What is that? What's happening out there? Does anybody know?
Hey!
Что это там?
Do you hear them coming?
Anything?
Negative.
He came in here. Keep looking.
This way.
we're sitting ducks. Blend in with the bodies. Get down on your stomach and crawl. If you move, we're done for. Play dead. Freeze. Don't move. Hold on. We better stop and treat that injury.
Куда он стрелял?
We'll have to take the stairs down. Button to aim, then press the attack button to fire. Destroy it. Hold on. I'll take the right. You take the left. I'll run interference.
такое отступление. Нормальный человек подумает, блин, что за ебанина происходит здесь. Праворульная. Кипр окраины, всего Тимба, военная база. Это было, между прочим, до этого статуя такая.
Get on! I'm on your side! Hurry! Hurry! Hang on! Use this! shook him off.
Нет.
Shoot it! Now! Watch for an opening. I see it. Hold him up a little longer. Harbor! Almost there.
Трындец. Это только вступление. Паровок. Позывной цыпленок. Слушай, да движешься ты уже?
Come on.
История, геймдизайн. Кодзима. Сценарий Кодзима. Сценарий еще тоже Мурата, Мурата. Сценарий Намура, лицо Тамари. Характер. Механик Кодзимы.
The name's Ocelot. Big boss. You know who I am. A certain man gave me a job to do. Two, actually. First was to get you out of that hospital. The second was to rescue the man himself. You remember? Your partner 9 years ago, Kazuhira Miller. 9 years back, your private army came under attack by Cypher. You were considered dead. Until today, that is, when Cypher found you. And it's not just them. The whole world wants you dead. You'll have to join up with Miller. Build that private army of yours one more time. It's your only chance.
Этим мы и будем заниматься всю игру. Создаем своего чувака. Государство без границ.
First, we need to save Miller. He's in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
What, you can't keep up with world affairs in a coma? 4 years ago, the Soviets invaded Afghanistan. The Muslims are fighting back with Western support. Miller was training Mujahideen rebels when he was captured by the Soviets. The Reds' 40th Army. Troop strength somewhere around 100,000. The squad holding Miller set off near the Pakistan border yesterday. Now, in 3 days, they'll reach the Soviet garrison. They'll be interrogated for a few more days, and it's off to a lager. Or left to rot in a ditch on Afghan soil. I give him 2 weeks. The job didn't mean anything to Miller. He only took it on to keep you safe. Well, there's our ride. It's a whaling ship. Had a pretty good deal on her once the IWC started raising a stink. Now 7 days to Port Qasim, another 3 overland. So we won't have much time once we're there. Don't take too long getting used to your new self. Hang on. Ha!
Первая месть. Оп, стероиды. И без шуток, чтобы мышцы у него восстановились. Биопротез. По бразильской системе восстановили пацана. Инструктаж от Саота, горящий человек. Все эти аудиокассеты прослушивать надо, потому что тут, блин, идет в 2 слоя сценарий. Тот, который нам показывает, тот, который мы прослушиваем. Поэтому можно очень многое упустить. Ну, примерно половину, если не слушать аудиокассеты. Так что... Получив тяжелое ранение, вы утратите возможность выполнять определенные действия, к примеру, перелезать через преграды и ездить верхом. Шибись. В случае тяжелого ранения в торс вы не сможете полностью восстановить здоровье до тех пор, пока вам не будет оказана первая помощь. Тяжелое ранение в руку лишает вас возможности держать оружие на изготовку, в ногу перемещаться бегом. В таких случаях вам следует срочно найти укрытие и нажать кнопку действия. Фантомные конечности, эпизод 1.
The area ahead is under total Soviet control. Miller's been captive for 10 days. Not much time left.
Weather will clear shortly.
Storm's passing.
Светится. Бенедикт Зухира Миллер. Револьверс Шаска Цеот. Вражеские защитники. Бойцы советские там. Ля, черепа, паразит имеет. Приглашенные звезды. Зашибись.
is on ice. Solo infiltration of the Soviet main ground forces.
Это говно вопрос.
Should be the perfect one. Kazuhira Miller is being held in Dawandehar to the north. Check its location now. Take out your iDroid. You see Wandy on the map? That's where they're keeping Miller. Only problem is, we don't know his exact location. Finding it is your first priority.
Скрытые цели 4 штуки, блин.
Got your binoculars? Or should I say, your int scope? See the village? Straight ahead? Look up. To the right. To the right. All right, that's the village. If you see something through the binoculars and you need more information, just give me a call. I'll tell you anything I can about it. That's Violo Village. The Violo Calais. The villagers fled the war and evacuated a while back. Since then, it's become a base for the Soviets' 40th Army. A few days ago, Miller was taken through there, en route towards Dawandehar. You may be able to pick up the trail there. It's worth a shot. Put a marker on it so you don't lose track of where it is. Good. Now you won't have to worry about getting lost along the way. You can't have much left in him. I give him 3 days, tops. If we fail, and he dies, we lose our chance of revenge. But we need more intel. If you just go charging into Dawandehar, you'll be putting both your lives at risk. See what you can find out first. The Soviets have other outposts, not just the one you saw. Afghanistan is a big place. I expect you'll become quite familiar with those binoculars as you plan your next move. How and where you make it, well, that's up to you. From here on out, you're on your own. You're a legend in the eyes of those who live on the battlefield. That's why you have to handle this mission yourself. Put those 9 years behind you, and return as Big Boss. That's how Koss would want it. I'll be sending additional intel by radio. Stay sharp. Not one of Miller's bodyguards survived. And they were good. All we found on the scene were their corpses and knees. You'll be missing them. And you're his only hope of getting them back. Now go! Let the legend come back to life.
Окей. Драться без клубушки.
Hold it. There's a Soviet guard post. There are bound to be guards. Take a look with your binoculars. Put the enemy in the center of your field of view.
Ну иди тут кто? Вот вижу.
That's marking. Focus on a thread and it'll be marked automatically. You can mark enemies and vehicles by zooming in with your binoculars or camera. Once they're marked, you'll also see their positions on the map. Security at that guard post is relatively light. Looks like the perfect place for a warm-up. Try to remember the ways you used to deal with enemies. Anytime you need advice, just give me a call. That's a rough diamond. Those materials are already processed. They should come in handy sooner or later. Why not start gathering them? That's a type of medicinal plant. Bring it back to base. It's sure to be useful sometime. Don't leave bodies out in the open. Sight, sound, keep all your enemy senses in mind. When you're near an enemy, stay low and move slowly. Boss, you don't understand what he said? I guess that makes sense. It looks like that horn stuck in your head has impacted the language center of your brain. If only we had a recruit with the Russian interpreter skill, we could get by with simultaneous interpretation.
Where are your friends?
Слышь, друзья, дело. Караульный пост захвачен.
Planning to walk the whole wilderness on foot? Use your horse.
Нахер надо? Тоже мне лошадь. Не могу бегать. Казалось, да?
You're almost at the enemy outpost, Violo Village. The village is crawling with enemy soldiers. Don't just go waltzing in. Start with some recon. Is there anywhere that overlooks the village? It's up to you whether to slip by enemies or take them down. Just remember that any situation can change fast. Familiarize yourself with your weapons and items while you can. You need to be able to switch between them quickly to meet any threat.
Так, оружие понятно. Ставить с транквилизатором.
There should be a command post somewhere. See any buildings with tighter security? If there are clues to Miller's whereabouts, I'll bet you can find them in there. A dumpster. Looks big enough to hide somebody. You could stash a downed enemy in there, or hide in it yourself. Just don't stand too close to me afterward. Parabolic antenna. There could be intel files of some kind in there.
Тебя смысла нет. Эвакуировать не могу я тебя. Допрашивать тоже. Смысла оставлять тебя в живых нет. Sun's down already. It goes without saying that darkness is good for infiltration. But your vision will be affected just the same. Keep your guard up, for who knows when you'll bump into an enemy. включать эту херню.
Что случилось? Ответьте, 339. У нас проблема. Тревога по всем постам.
Так, ликвидировали. Это как бы не все.
КП-206. Поиски закончены. Противник не обнаружен. Прием. Это КП. Понял. Не расслабляйтесь. Они еще могут быть рядом. Конец связи.
Где-то есть.
The enemy's given up their search for you. But they're not giving the all clear just yet. Stay alert.
Где вы есть, могила? Кто здесь был, да?
Is that?
Кайфовая штука. Не такое.
So you picked up an intel file. Now we know where Miller is. I'm marking it on your iDroid. You were hospitalized in Dekelia, a British sovereign base area on Cyprus. It's part of British overseas territory that falls outside of Cypriot jurisdiction. You got moved from Cuba's Little America right into Cyprus's Little Britain. Why Dekelia? The UK and the US remain close allies. The last place Cypher would think to look for you is inside their own system. That's what kept you safe in British military hospital for 9 years. The safest place from a whale is inside its own belly. You were a regular Geppetto.
Well, it wasn't Pinocchio who led me out to safety. So who was that guy?
Cypher went so far as to attack British territory, burning their own ally. That's how badly they wanted you dead.
He said I was in a British military hospital. But the doctor had a Greek accent.
They hire locally. Easier to trust them. Dekelia is also home to Greek Cypriots, after all.
What about the Turks? They haven't returned to the south.
Not yet. The Cyprus dispute is still a long way from resolved. The country is just as split as it was in '74. Turkish Cypriots in the north, Greek Cypriots in the south. Between them, the Green Line, the UN established.
And Decalia sits right on top of it.
It does. Part of the buffer zone between the two groups. Another reason it was the perfect place to hide you. Easy to spot any outsiders snooping around.
So how do things stand?
And last year, the Turks declared that the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is an independent state, though it's only Turkey that recognizes it. In the past, the Greeks and Turks lived side by side in the same villages. There are reasons to fight. Those came from the outside. Turkey, Britain, America, they all have... The suppressor's no longer effective. Bear in mind, your weapon will be loud from now on. It's impossible to control. Both sides build up grudges like debt, without the foresight to see that each act of revenge just fans the flames. And then it's too late for other nations to rush in with peace talks. The embers keep on smoldering. Each nation's arrogance only breeds anarchy. The world is paralyzed by this hunger for revenge. Cyprus is no different. You're up.
We're changing ships?
We can't go sailing the Suez in a whaler.
The Suez Canal. When did they reopen it?
Not long after you were attacked. Once they finished sweeping it for mines after the Arab-Israeli conflict. Can you stand? We're gonna transfer to a container.
It's an enemy guard post.
Suez.
Watch yourself.
Pakistan. Afghanistan's neighbor to the south. There we disembark and head via Peshawar to the Zero Line, the border. We'll travel to the Khyber Pass by road.
And then?
Continue on horseback. Afghanistan's main roads are under Soviet control. We'll need to go around them. It'll be all narrow, winding paths through the mountains. We'll do better on horseback. It's a local guerrilla tactic. They use the higher ridges to avoid air recons. Then they charge down the mountains for ambushes. The Soviets still haven't devised a counter-strategy. Our time frame is only half as much as we really need. It'll be a tough march.
Better horses than boats.
Well, it'll make for good physiotherapy. Take the time to get used to that new arm.
While the Soviets have indicated they are not participating in the Los Angeles Olympics, primarily because the United States has made no attempt to guarantee the safety of the Soviet Union's athletes, the United States is increasingly demonstrating the belief that the issue has nothing to do with its preparations, and in fact this is retaliation for the Western nations' boycott of the previous Moscow Olympics. That concludes today's news.
That's quite some news.
The Soviet Union not attending the LA Olympics? Yeah. Andropov's death has changed some things. They're calling it revenge for the Western boycott of the Moscow Olympics.
Countries boycotted the Moscow Olympics?
Yes. In protest of the Soviet Union's invasion of Afghanistan. Over 50 countries were absent. It's too bad I didn't get to see Yamashita's judo. When the 40th Army crossed the Amu River 4 years ago, détente went right out the window. The U.S. Congress chose not to ratify SALT II, and Reagan's hardline politics won him the presidency in a landslide. According to him, the Soviet Union's an evil empire.
The Second Cold War.
And there's been no end to regional conflicts and civil wars. Lebanon, the Falklands, Grenada, Iran, Iraq. The story never changes. Egypt and Israel did sign a peace treaty. But then the driving force on the Egyptian side, President Sadat, was assassinated afterward. Apparently his actions were considered a betrayal of his fellow Arabs.
Islamic extremists?
Yes. Fundamentalist extremists have been responsible for some bold acts of terrorism.
You've reached one day. They've got Miller locked up in that town. Check your iDroid for his location. I hope to hell he's all right. He's not your average client.
Stationed there have been killed. The countries have yet to develop an effective means of dealing with terrorism. Afraid of losing their own men,
hiding on horseback allows you to stay out of sight even while on the move. It's effective for avoiding enemy guard posts and long-range reconnaissance patrols.
For the highest bidder. That's right, they got the idea from you. After Mother Base went down, they began spreading to meet the soaring demand.
Miller's organization is just one of many PFs now. The entire world is after you. But at the same time, it needs you too. Miller told me about what happened in the Caribbean 9 years ago. You do remember Miller. You'd formed a private army with him. An army with no allegiance to a nation.
I remember, but...
I see. You're not sure what's fact and what's a fantasy caused by the coma. It's still all a mess, huh? All I can do is tell you the facts as they were told to me. I've gone easy on you up until now, but this is where the hard stuff begins. 1974, the year before you entered your coma. You were in Colombia, operating with a small unit of men, basically mercenaries. Miller was among them. Miller was trying to find a way to turn his and your talents into a line of work. He was looking to start a business where you would fight on behalf of others around the world, those who needed military force. But the reality was, at that time, you didn't have enough gear to equip your own men. Then Miller came across this client. It was a huge job he was offering, but you had a shot at pulling it off. You accepted it and headed into Costa Rica. The client even threw in an offshore facility in the Caribbean. The mother base, that would be your new base of operations. Miller sure did have a head for business. As your mission went on, your unit grew and grew. More weapons, more money. Before you knew it, you were commanding 300 men. As the organization got bigger, your military powers swelled to match. It got so the international community couldn't afford to ignore you. You were just too damn successful for your own good. You, your men, had worn out your welcome. Everyone was out for you. East, West, First World, Third. It was only a matter of time before someone took you down. And that was XOF. Officially, they're an anti-terror unit under the CIA. In reality, they're Cypher's private strike force. They lured you to Cuba using Chico, the Nicaraguan revolutionary kid, and Paz, a mole who worked for Cypher as bait. While you were gone, XOF, posing as a nuclear inspection team, stormed Mother Base. At the same time, C4 they'd placed on the strut legs went off. The whole thing went down in minutes. XOF. Kisses and hugs, followed by a big FU. All because of Miller's blind spot. A back door into Mother Base no one suspected. You remember a certain scientist. Hugh was responsible for bringing the inspection team on board, giving the enemy a perfect opportunity to hit you at home. You were returning from Cuba when it happened. Mother Base came damn close to taking you with it into the Caribbean. Those of your men out on assignment returned right away.
That's tarragon, a type of medicinal plant. It contains trace amounts of a benzodiazepine derivative that's the active ingredient in pentazimine.
So reality finally settled in. You were supposed to die that day. That was XOF's primary objective. As far as most folks know, you did. The first doctor to see you wasn't even sure what he was looking at. Before they'd even finished operating, your men moved you to that hospital in Cyprus. There was a woman named Eva who arranged that. Rings a bell, huh? Most men in your condition would have been written off right from the start. But you survived. You went straight down to hell, and they pulled you out. Your eye wide open. Full venom. The days of naked Snake are long gone. Welcome back, Venom Snake. This world still needs you. Here, Snake, try this on.
A prosthetic arm.
Yeah, Miller was calling it the arm that wasn't there. The physiotherapy's going well. Your arm's bulked up enough for it to fit. There. Perfect. A little time with it, and it'll work better than the real thing. What do you think?
I can still feel my real arm.
Well, you better get used to this one quick. You have any pain?
Every now and then.
Where?
My fingertips. My left fingertips.
Sounds like phantom pain. Your brain still remembers your old hand.
Yeah.
What about your vision? Can you see okay?
Yeah, at the moment.
Now, the shrapnel in your skull is pressing on your optic nerve. I'm told any hard impact could have an effect on your visual cortex.
Yeah, the doctor mentioned that.
Your brain might process visual information incorrectly. In other words, you could have hallucinations. You might see things that aren't there and not see.
Understanding a language and being able to interpret from that language for somebody else are two different things. Juggling languages at a rapid-fire pace is more difficult than you might think. So, in other words, while I do speak Russian, don't expect me to do your interpreting.
All right. You should continue your physio. We'll be arriving soon. It's the last chance you'll get.
Сейчас всех разбудит тут. Охренеть вас тут. Сюда.
Контакт!
Аккуратненько его нахрен отсюда. Давай-ка ты тут полежи чуть-чуть. Блять. Что-то засунул в посудной лавке. Где враг? Кто враг? Пошел нахер. Пиздец. Если я даю жару. Чихает.
Ладно, я пошел обратно в казарму. Мне осталось всего несколько дежурств.
Еще один дембель.
Несколько дежурств.
Служить и служить.
Посмотришь, что будет зимой, молодой. Тут холодно, как нигде на земле.
Дед Мороз наш друг. С ним душманом живется туго.
Я вырос в Крыму, а ты из Беларуси. Совершенно разные места. Кроме того, я наконец-то увижу дочку. Я уже не дождусь.
Ладно, хорош.
Увидимся.
Пьем. И опять спать. Да, где что-то вообще? Нужны проверяльщики. заморачиваюсь с вами. Уже перестрелял бы дома во всех нахер.
I'll let you know if we locate a soldier with the interpreter skill. Extracting him will enable you to understand what the Soviets are saying. Otherwise, your interrogations are going to be, well, a waste of time.
Во-первых, это вот херня с флагом, здесь что-то есть. По-любому что-то есть здесь. Так, во-первых, нужно станцию расхерачить уже, раз я уже встрял. Это ты могешь.
That's the building, boss. That's where they're holding Miller.
Музыка нас связала. Захир Миллер.
No more use for me, huh? Guys, it's me. I'm here to get you out. Snake. They do something to your eyes? No, it's just bright is all.
Took you so long.
We'll talk, but not here.
You've secured the target. I'll send the chopper to get you out. Make your way to the RV. You can check the location on your iDroid.
Well, age hasn't slowed you down one bit. Not so heavy anymore, right? Magic words, boss. I've been waiting 9 years to hear them. Kept you waiting, huh? Come on. Say it for all time's sake.
Golden Crescent. It's a type of medicinal plant. We can use that to make tranquilizer rounds more potent.
Блин, здесь тоже эти самые будут мудила. Черепа, да?
It'll be dawn soon. Your surroundings will be easier to see, but that goes for the enemy as well. The guard detail in Soviet outposts changes in the morning too. Watch yourself.
This is Pequod! On station at LZ!
Them.
Череп.
Boss, watch out. It's the skulls. Don't let them find us.
Boss, whatever that mist is, it's all around you. We can't see through it. I'm changing the RV so it's outside the mist. Get over there. The chopper will be waiting.
Yeah.
Heading outside the mission area.
Давайте херачьте меня.
Hey, quit kidding around. Snake?
Boss, whatever that mist is, it's all around you. We can't see through it. I'm changing the RV so it's outside the mist. Get over there. The chopper will be waiting.
Спускайтесь. Твари. Так просто не садитесь, да вы будете за мной прыгать, бегать.
Looks like they're gone. Wormwood, also known as absinthium. That's used to make your phantom cigars.
That's the unit that attacked us before. They came at us real fast in the same kind of mist. Our men, survivors from 9 years ago, were wiped out in minutes. I don't know what they want, but it's them. No mistake.
All right. Put Miller in.
Боевые тревоги минус 5000. Ранения. Без убийств, без рапида, без боевых тревог, блин. Kojima Production.
We're headed for the Seychelles. That's where our new home is now. Hey. That was some operation we had, huh? 9 years ago. Carving out our own world. Making our own future. And they took it away. I'm gonna rebuild it. Make a new place. Together. That we can call home. Yeah, we were dogs, all right. Slinking around out of Cypher's sight. Digging up whatever kind of dirty money we could find. You name it. We did it. You see this? Diamond Dogs. Our new home. A phantom of our former selves. Triumph. Death. We weren't allowed either. Yeah. I remember it all.
Вкратце нам сейчас события покажут, что там произошло, из-за чего мы в коме оказались.
Snake. Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Every night, I can feel my leg, and my arm, even my fingers. The body I've lost, the comrades I've lost, won't stop hurting. It's like they're all still there. You feel it too, don't you? I'm the one who got caught up with Cypher. A group above nations, even the US. And I was the parasite below, feeding off Zero's power. They came after you in Cyprus. Then Afghanistan. Cypher just keeps growing. Swallowing everything in its path. Getting bigger and bigger. Who knows how big now? Boss. I'm gonna make him give back our past. Take back everything that we've lost. And I won't rest until we do.
Approaching Mother Base.
All boss.
Tell me. Tell me like you used to.
Things have changed, boss. We pull in money, recruits, just to combat Cypher. Rubbing our noses in bloody battlefield dirt. All for revenge. The world calls for wet work, and we answer. No greater good. No just cause.
Cause?
Cypher sent us to hell. But we're going even deeper.
I know. I'm already a demon. Heaven's not my kind of place anyway.
Пока еще нет. Еще не демон. Но скоро им станешь.
Dogs of war for 9 whole years. That ends today. Now you're not sleeping, and we're not junkyard hounds. We're diamond dogs.
Let them talk.
We can crush Cypher, boss. And you can build the army that can do it.
Just one thing, Kaz. This isn't about the past. We're fighting for the future.
There's something I want to talk about. It concerns the running of Mother Base. Come meet with me.
Boss! That's enough. This isn't the time. That's enough. This isn't the time.
That's enough. You came. This base belongs to you now. Make Diamond Dogs the force it deserves. Like any organization, we need good people. And we need to make good use of their talents. Miller asked me to lay that out for you. Start bringing people in. Use this. It's a Fulton recovery device. When you're in the field, use it to extract any soldiers or prisoners you want back here. And we'll see if we can't persuade them to join the ranks.
Крутая штука.
Go on. Test it out. Anyone you want. First, put them to sleep. Oh, yeah. That's one way to do it. Now extract it. Good. Extraction complete. You can only Fulton recover someone if they're not resisting it. No dead bodies either. They don't make great recruits. The staff member you just extracted will be assigned to the team best suited to his abilities. See for yourself. Open your eyes.
Boss, open your iDroid. Select staff management from... So that staff member was placed on the R&D team. The R&D team is in charge of developing all kinds of weapons and items that'll support you on missions. Take a look at the development list. Select weapons items under the development heading.
Разработка, оружие, предметы.
That's the R&D team's development list. See the item called cardboard box? Didn't seem much use to me, but Miller was adamant that you'd want it on the list. The last word in infiltration technology, so he said. In any case, we don't have the manpower to develop it just yet. We need more staff on the team. Go extract a few more people. Boss, put the iDroid away for a moment. You can also Fulton extract individuals you've knocked out. Why don't you try knocking someone out with CQC next? I'm ready. Show them how it's done, boss. Try throwing them. The best way to knock someone. Excellent, boss. Now extract them. Good. One thing I should mention. Fulton extraction won't always be successful. If a person is injured, the shock of it could kill them. And if the weather's unfavorable, well... could end up going missing. You can determine that... That won't work on me. I've had drug resistance. Two plus two equals five. You can determine the chances... That won't work on me. I've had drug resistance training. Two plus two equals five. Two plus two equals five. That won't work on me. I've had drug resistance. That's enough. I'm not... This isn't the time. You can determine the chance of success by approaching the person you want to extract. If you want to be sure you can get them out, best carry them to the chopper instead. Boss, now that we have more people on the R&D team, its level has gone up. They should be able to develop the cardboard box now. Open your iDroid. Select weapons items under the development heading. Now select cardboard box and start development. Just be aware that development has finished. You can have the support unit supply you with weapons and items you've developed. Think of it as your own personal delivery service. Supply drop, watch you don't drop it on your head. And there it is. Not sure what it's good for, but Miller said you'd know what to do. Try it out. One last thing. The staff members you extracted were all placed on the R&D team, but that was Miller's decision. If you think they belong somewhere else, you're free to move them around. Well, that about does it. You won't make any GMP or find recruits hanging around here. Board the chopper when you're ready for a mission. Open your iDroid and select a landing zone to tell it where to pick you up. Or if you're still in the mood for knocking guys on their asses, you can stay around here a while.
This is B-Quad.
And some practice.
Arriving shortly at LZ.
Boss, let's practice your CQC.
This is B-Quad.
Yeah.
On station at LZ.
Yeah! Strike an adversary repeatedly to knock him out. Extract the staff member. Strike an adversary repeatedly and knock him out. He'll stay unconscious for longer than if you throw him. I'm ready, boss. Starting to feel like yourself again? The rest will fall into place with some time. Board the chopper when you're ready for a mission.
Gaining altitude.
Boss, I know you haven't been back long, but I prepared a list of missions for you. Open your iDroid. I've taken the job offers Diamond Dogs has received and made a list of those I want you to consider. Which ones you accept is your call. The objectives of the missions I've added are prisoner rescue, facility sabotage, and high-value target elimination. Probably all a walk in the park for you, but they should help you get back on your feet. I put the mission details on a cassette tape. Refer to it if you decide to accept the mission. We'll receive GMP for completing missions, and extracting soldiers and prisoners will boost our ranks. Building up Mother Base is the first step to achieving our goal. If that means wet work, so be it. We're gonna have to get our hands dirty. I hope you're rested up, because we're not stopping. Not until the pain is gone. The future of Diamond Dogs is in your hands. We're counting on you, boss.
Ладно, все, прерываемся на этом.
Snake,
Снейк, я хотел спросить тебя про того горячего человека. Как насчет того, что произошло в больнице? Помнишь что-нибудь? Он сбежал в тот момент, когда включились разбрызгиватели, противопожарная система. А когда на него попала вода из лопнувшей трубы, его скорость упала. Когда мы пытались уйти от него на лошади, он не рискнул переправиться через реку. А потом пошел дождь, и он исчез. Вода против огня. Неужели все так просто? Это логично, но мне все же сложно поверить, что вот это действует на человека. Отцов. Я слышал, в Афганистане тебя называют Шалашаска. Что это значит? Без знакомого слова «шарашка». Именно нас назвали подозрительные конторы, где дела делаются как. Потом все начали связывать организации массового принудительного труда в советской системе ГУЛАГ. Шарашками были ЛКБ, конструктившка ГУЛАГ, которых работали инженеры ученые из осужденных. Шарашками заведовал Вовремя Берия из НКВД, тайной полиции. Официально они перешли в ведомство 4-го особого отдела НКВД. Насчет того, что мы делаем здесь.
Diamond Dogs is different.
С Diamond Dogs
Everyone
по-другому,
here
здесь все
believes
в
in
тебя
you.
верят.
Regardless of where they came from or why
Независимо
they're
от того,
here, they
откуда
revere
они
you.
пришли, зачем они
And they're
глубоко
fighting
уважают тебя.
because it
Они
was their
сражаются, потому что
choice.
сами так
And if it
решили.
wasn't, they'd leave.
А если бы нет,
Who
они ушли,
knows?
кто знает.
That's our reality here,
Такова наша
whether it's
реальность,
real or
реальна она
not.
или нет.
If there's another truth, I don't want
Если
to
есть
know
иная
it.
правда, я не хочу
All
ее
that
узнать.
matters is that's the
Важна
concept
лишь
that's
идея,
taken shape in their
сформировавшаяся в
heads.
головах.
The traces of a group
Следы групповой
ideology
идеологии
are
наша надстройка,
superstructure,
если
to put it
использовать
in Marxist
марксистский
terms.
термин.
All right.
Ладно, продолжай.
Right.
Хорошо.
So anyway, at some
В общем, в
point the
какой-то
enemy
момент враги
started
начали
calling
называть меня
me
шарашкой.
Sharashka. This was after the war in
Уже после
Afghanistan broke
начала войны
out.
в Афганистане.
While I was keeping an eye on
Пока я
you in that
присматривал за тобой в
hospital,
этой
I was
больнице, мне
also
приходилось
heading up
вести допросы.
interrogations here. The men I broke gave up
Люди, с
their
которыми
comrades
беседовал,
and
выдавали мне
families
своих товарищей
everything they wanted to
родных, тех, кто
protect
был
them most.
всего дороже.
No real cause for it.
У меня
I
даже
just let
особой причины
myself
для
get
этого не
caught up
было.
in the
Я
old
просто поддался
Russian
извечной
pride.
русской гордыне.
Suddenly I received the
И
honor
вдруг мне
of
оказали
becoming
честь,
special
назвали особым
interrogation
советским
advisor to the
советником по
forced
допросам в
labor
лагерях.
camps. The more men I
Чем больше я
interrogated, the
допрашивал
more
людей, тем
people
больше
saw me
видели во
as
мне
just that,
только эту
the
функцию
interrogator.
дознавателя.
It helped cover my real
Это
objective
помогло мне
of
скрыть
keeping
свою
you
истинную цель
safe.
защищать
You
тебя.
went that far for me,
Ты делал
far
это все
enough
ради
to keep
меня.
you alive.
Ровно настолько,
I
чтобы
ended up
сохранить
being
тебе
pretty
жизнь.
well known
Еще я
among
заявил
the
себе рекорд
Afghan
среди
guerrillas.
афганских маджахедов.
Some of them would have seen me
Некоторые
on the
видели меня на поле
battlefield,
боя.
and that's how I got the
Так я
second half
получил
of the
вторую
name,
часть имени.
Shashka. It's a
Шашка.
sword, a type of
Холодное
saber
оружие,
from the Caucasus.
кавказская
Russian
разновидность.
dragoons and Cossacks carried them into
Ими
battle.
сражались русские казаки и
Now, the
драгуны.
Russian
В
Empire had
Российской
a
империи
general by
генерал
the name
Федор
of Fyodor
Артурович
Arturovich
Келлер.
Keller. His bravery earned
Для
him the
смелости он
nickname
дал прозвище
Russia's
первого
greatest
шашка России.
Shashka. Someone must have known about
Видимо, кто-то
that,
тут знал о
because
нем.
somewhere along the
В общем, в
line,
какой-то момент
Shashka
шашка
got stuck on
приклеилась
the
к
end of
шарашке.
Sharashka. The guerrillas were using the name amongst
Так называли между
themselves.
собой
By the
маджахеды,
time I
когда
got
слух
to
дошел
hearing
до
about
меня.
it, pronunciation had wound up
Произношение
as
успело измениться до
Shalashashka.
Шава-Шаска.
Gulag, half hero sword.
Напоминал
It was a
ГУЛАГ.
perfect fit. But you see how rumors and ideas about people can get out of hand fast. Once you create a character and put it out there in public mind, it warps and twists
Дальше
with
начинает
every
меняться и
baseless
искажаться
rumor.
от малейших
And
слухов.
before you know it, all people
Не
see
успеешь
are
оглянуться, люди уже
phantoms.
видят одни фантомы.
In my case, it works
В
out
моем
just
случае это было
fine.
даже на руку.
I'm plenty used to working
Я
under
привык работать под
aliases.
чужой личиной. Ладно, потом это все дело. На самом деле крутая песня. Камуфляж пустыни. Книжка наука. Тоже потом телепорты будут, когда не появится. Маскировочный костюм. Все есть, кроме науки. Прокачаны. Прохождение, потому что игра безумно крутая. Одна из лучших тактических шпионских, так сказать, игр, как она там себя называет. Рук у него еще вырастет.